Thank you very much, Dr. Bhavna. Thank you for inviting me for this course. So, contact lens associated emergencies. So, there is a lot of evidence to show that contact lens wear, even if generally asymptomatic patients, if they're not careful with their care of the patients, they can be very prone to get infections. And contact lens associated ocular emergencies, the most serious emergency that we're worried about is, of course, an infection. But there are other emergencies also, which if the general ophthalmologist is aware of, or then the patient can be promptly treated even if they don't have access to a corneal specialist. Now, generally, if you look at the pattern across the world, about one-third of wearers do experience red or painful eye requiring emergency eye care. And similarly, microbial keratitis has been shown that to be one common cause of the cases who are reaching eye emergencies. And there are well-defined anatomical and physiological effects of contact lens wear. After all, however good the contact lens is and however good the fit is, it is a foreign body on the eye. And 43% of asymptomatic wearers do present on routine review with clinically observed ocular surface signs. And as we know that a breach in the corneal epithelium it makes a patient cornea prone to invasive organisms. Now, components responsible for complications, there could be, of course, a pre-existing systemic or ocular disease. So these are the modifiable factors when a patient is going for contact lens prescription. One needs to take care of these preventive measures. And in addition, there may be underlying causes of the patient, such as the patient may have uncontrolled diabetes, the patient may have poor hygienic practices, or may even be having poor nutrition, poor immunity, and so on. So the physiological factors, wearer-related and pathological factors can also happen, because there may be certain situations where the contact lens is put, say it's a bandaged contact lens put in a hospital environment, and their proper sterile precautions were not followed when inserting the contact lens. So a good history and baseline assessment determine if any patient coming to the emergency, if it's related to the contact lens wear or not. Check about compliance and compatibility, look at the design, fit, and look at the signs and the symptoms. And it can, of course, vary whether it's a soft lens, an RGP lens, or a scleral contact lenses. With soft lenses, the risk of infection is higher because they have a tendency to form a biofilm, and also sometimes patients may wear them for longer durations, and overnight wear has been found to be the single most highest risk factor for infections in contact lens wear. So there could be active infective keratitis, there could be sterile keratopathy, there could be metabolic and mechanical effects, and differentiating the first two can sometimes be a challenge. Whenever in doubt, consider it as an infection and start with empirical treatment after sending your microbiological investigations. Then there can all be also toxic and allergic reactions to the contact lens solution. There may be that the solution is contaminated, tear resurfacing disorders, and contact lens comfort. Now, regarding, if you look at the review of literature as to the common organisms, bacterial, acanthamoeba, and fungal, in fact, there was a very severe epidemic of fungal keratitis almost 10 years back, which was found to be fusarium, which created a big scare, but it was found that it may be related to the contact lens per se, that particular model, which was then withdrawn. So contact lens related problems, every time the patient comes, one should always do a staining, because that would manifest any underlying fitting problems or any underlying hotspots which may be prone to infection later. And sometimes there may be corneal edema also because of hypoxia. So this is an example. Here we have an RGP lens was fitted, and we do know that patients with keratoconus are highly dependent on their contact lenses and other corneal ectasias as well. So for them, they're prescribed the RGP lenses, but you should also observe after the lens is removed, look for any ring marks, any staining, or poor fit can also lead to corneal edema and corneal staining. So look at the edge, as look at the staining, and then you can see that this kind of staining, which may not, if you just see the patient with the contact lens on, and then there's that fluid interface, you may miss such findings, and so therefore it's all important to remove the contact lens and look for the staining on the cornea. And then don't forget to look at the contact lens per se. There may be, for example, patient may have not worn the contact lens that day to come when they come for review. So to have a look at the contact lens, look at the case, and reinforce the hygienic practices. And this can also be other causes to make the patient prone for infection. So this is an example of progressive keratoconus 8 months after the Rose K2 lens fitting. And you can see that there are staining marks and the impression after removal. And when the patient is first fitted with the contact lens, also keep the patient in the clinic for at least 30 minutes and reassess before you send the patient home to see what is the fit like, etc. This is a patient post C3R who was fitted with a scleral contact lens, and you can see how there is a diffuse fitting, but after using the conventional soft lens for few hours, there can be also altered tear film. So whichever contact lens it is a foreign body in the eye, and I also encourage the patients that if you can give an off day, so some days that you can manage with your spectacles, if you're not having any very important activities, then try to reduce it. They're sometimes not aware that there are so many problems. Now complications, scleral lenses also, sometimes the patients may come to the emergency because they sometimes may have a difficulty in removing it. There could be sometimes a non-wetting surface deposits and such things, which are, the patient will it will lead to a lot of discomfort, and the patient will end up in the emergency. And then there are fitting challenges. So I'm just trying to integrate both the things, that when you're fitting the contact lens also, if we know the potential complications and we're mindful for that and also warn the patient, one can be more careful and help to prevent a lot of the avoidable complications. So scleral lens, further complications, it could be stuck. So then, we have to educate the patient properly in how to remove it, make sure that they're taking good care of putting all the lubricants. There could be a reduced tear wall, there could be deposits on the lens surface, and often scleral lenses are prescribed in patients who have a dry eye and ocular surface disease. So they are particularly prone to get such complications. There can be hypoxia with vascularization. So here's an example of a 30-year-old female with PMD who was wearing a large diameter contact lens, and on follow-up she was complaining of some stinging after lens removal, some photophobia, and frequent blurring of vision and discomfort after the lens removal. And apart from the investigations, detailed clinical assessment, as you can see, there was a dryness, there was excessive watering from that eye. So there was a tear breakup indicating the ocular surface was unstable, and the tear osmolarity was tested, and then these were the findings. Now the wear time was about 17 to 18 hours, and the cleaning solution was all right, and she was following the proper practice. Now basically, when you saw the clinical images, you found that the inferior corneal steepening and thinning would be seen, which is consistent with the pellucid marginal degeneration. There was a well-fitted contact lens on an irregular cornea, and the vaulting was all right. And the fluorescein staining, stained pre-lens tear film between the anterior surface was also okay. But then it was found that there were scratches on the lens surface due to excessive and hard rubbing and taking off the coat. So there was therefore, the lens itself had been physically damaged. So this is again something which is not very common. There was a thick layer of deposits on the lens, and the lens wettability then gets affected, and that leads to poor comfort and foggy vision. And this is the staining on the cornea post-lens removal, suggestive of SPKs. So the treatment, the patient was therefore advised to stop the lens wear for a week, was again thoroughly guided for care hygiene, and she was prescribed copious lubricants and also soft steroids for a short time with antibiotics, and asked to come for review after 4 weeks. So in a nutshell, patients wearing contact lens, particularly over long time and in compromised eyes, one has to be extra careful, and one has to counsel the patients and also be very meticulous in the prescription as well as the follow-up. So I'll stop there. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for this very insightful lecture. And as you rightly said, that we should be making aware not only the ophthalmologist but also the patient for being mindful of various complications and their adequate and appropriate timely management. If you have any questions, we can have this.
There is a tendency that a lot of patients for contact lens, where they don't go to the ophthalmologist, they straight away go to the optician. And that is the other thing. Even I haven't covered cosmetic, it's actually a little longer talk, but they also have cosmetic contact lenses where they just order online and they just use it without any proper coaching or proper, training about how to take care. And so those are all the other problems as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you.
Okay,
So thank you very much.